Hello, everybody. 同学们好. So your response is 老师好.
老师好，
Yeah,
老师好，
老师好.
老师好。
So basically your response is saying teacher hello. And I just said students hello.
Oh, 老师好.
So how is like hello. And the end of class, I will say 同学们再见. So 同学们 is students. And 再见 is like it's like goodbye, but it's actually like see you again.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Hi,
respond.
Lorraine. What?
What do we respond?
Your response would be 老师再见.
老师再见。
Yeah.
说再见.
Okay.
Is that written down in the Yang handbook someplace? For us?
I don't know. It used to be on the bulletin board when we had the school,
Yeah.
but I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yes, great. That'd be great.
I'll send you the characters and I'll send you the pinyin, which
Okay.
is the romanization. Okay.
Yes.
So today, this is Yang Family Tai Chi Traditional Long Form. We're in section 2. And today's new move is going to be cloud hands.
Oh, great.
But first, we'll review and do a quick practice up to that point. Well, actually, we're not going to go all the way to cloud hands. We're going to do turn body chop with fists, which was the last move. And if you have any questions on that, we'll work on that first before we go into cloud hand. Okay? So let's do a little bit of warm up. So think about nodding, forward, head, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, and then side to side. So look to each side. Turn as far as it's comfortable for you. And then the next, we're going to do shoulders. So forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. And reverse. Back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. Now I want you to stabilize your hips. So basically bend your knees a little bit, stabilize your hips, and we're going to try to move just your waist, okay? So you have zombie arms, which will be your indicator. And then as you turn, your arms will tell you where you're going. But I want you to concentrate on just turning your upper body and leaving your hips where they are. So one side, then the other, one side, and then the other. And now we're going to release the arms, and we're going to do the same kind of turning, but let your arms go whichever way they can. So the arms will just follow along. So this will give you a sense of like a whip type motion. When you move your waist, your arms extend, and the motion goes out your fingertips. And now we're going to do foot exercises. So we're going to do empty stance. So you have 1 foot, 45 degrees, and we're going to do ball touch, heel touch, ball touch, heel touch, ball touch, heel touch, ball touch, heel touch, ball touch, heel touch. The other side, back leg, 45 degrees, ball touch, heel touch, ball touch, heel touch, ball touch, heel touch, ball touch, heel touch, ball touch, heel touch. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the easiest of the hip opening exercises. So big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe. Other side, big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe, big toe, little toe. And then I'd like you to do knee circles. If you do not feel stable, hold on to something. And then I want you to think about circling your knee. Okay? It'll help you stand on one leg, and it'll give you a sense of stability. And the other side. Okay. Now let's just stand for a couple of minutes because I want you to get a sense of your stand. What standing does for you is it makes sure that you have your body aligned correctly. Okay? So think about your head being up, your tailbone being down. Make a circle with your arms, and we'll start. So, head up. Then think about everything from your neck down, just hanging. Make sure that your whole foot is on the ground. So don't stand with either more weight on the ball or more weight on the heel, more weight on the inside or more weight on the outside. Try to even out the weight on your feet. Then as you come up, think about sitting. So because you're like sitting on a high stool, that straightens out your spine. Then think about having the energy come out of your spine into your fingertips. So you can make your fingertips tingle. So, especially in the beginning, you have to pay more attention. In other words, very often you get out of alignment. You know, you think you're there, but then somehow things shift a little bit, and then you're not there anymore. So it's kind of a mindfulness thing. So pay attention. So make sure your shoulders are down, your elbows are down. Okay, relax. Feel everything connected. Okay, we are at the end of 2 minutes. So put your hands down and stand up. Okay, I'd like to go do the second section from the beginning. Are there any questions before I start? Okay. No questions. So I'm going to turn around. We're going to start at cross hands. Okay. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Shift right. Turn your left toe past the corner almost to straight. Shift your weight back. Separate your arms. Pull in the right foot. Swing, step, brush, strike. Roll back. Circle your arms as your weight shifts back and turn to the side. Press. Circle the right, attach the left, expand forward. Push. Square up your shoulders in the front foot direction and flatten your hands. Come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest. Push out to shoulder level. Fist under elbow. Shift back and flatten your hands. Turn and pull. Right foot goes to 12 o'clock. Press down. Ward off with the left. Push out with the right. Ward off to the corner. Step parallel. Pivot the left foot. Pull with the left hand. Make your fist. Change your footwork. Lift and punch. Repulse monkey 1. Swing, step, set, strike. 2. Swing, step, set, strike. 3. Swing, step, set, strike. Diagonal flying. Circle your arms. Pull in the right foot. Step and close. Turn and pivot the left foot forward. Raise hands and step forward. Shift weight to the right. Pull in the left. Circle the arms. Root the right heel. And close. White crane spreads its wings. Rotate your arms. Pull down. All the weight's in the back. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and separate. Left brush knee. Turn your hands. Swing, step. Brush. Strike. Needle at C bottom. Yield forward. Pull in the back foot. Pull back, push off the heel of the front foot, change your footwork, and sink down. Fan through the back. Rotate your right arm, attach the left. Left pushes up, step at the top, separate and shift weight. Turn body, chop with fist. Turn. Right foot goes to the corner. Shift your weight back to the left. Make your fist. Pull in your foot. Chop and strike. Okay, how is that?
Good.
So we'll do, yes?
On the chop, it's you already have, your foot is, I'm saying straight, even though we never have our foot straight on the chop. And then your knee bends here, right? Or do you
Right.
bend your knee at the chop and then?
So what happens is that you have two things going on at the same time. Okay, so when you're here, you're turning. When you finish turning, then you shift your weight to the back foot. When you shift your weight to the back foot, you make your fist with the right hand. Okay, then maybe I should do this way. here. So I want you to watch my two hands, okay? One hand, this hand is going to go to the shoulder. This hand is going to chop it's going to start from down here and then chop like this. So this is the contact point. Okay. The difficult thing about this coordination is that when you're starting here and you're making your fist, this distance is a lot shorter than this distance. You see what I'm saying? But you
Yeah.
want them to end at the same time, Okay. And the thing that complicates it even more is that when I'm here, when my hand gets to vertical, I step. So
Oh.
that roots it so I can get my 30%. So what it looks like is when I'm here, I'm turning.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I shift my weight back and make my fist. Then I'm going to come one up, one down, one up, one down. When this is vertical, I step. And then that gives me the 30%. Then when I put my foot down and shift my weight forward into the forward foot, that's when I strike.
Okay.
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 So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a two-step thing. Usually you don't stop until the end of a move. But this is kind of an exception because you're doing two strikes. You know what I'm saying? So when you show the release of energy, you do a micro stop. So in the direction you would be doing it. So you've just done fan through the back, so you're here. Then you're turning. The left foot faces toward the corner. Then as you shift your weight back, you make your fist and pull in this foot. Then you start moving. Step, 30%. Flatten the foot, strike. So it takes practice because there are
Mhm.
so many bits of timing that you have to match up. Are there any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So fan through the back.
Yeah.
And your left hand goes up and over, it's here. And then
Yeah.
when it comes down, it just goes like that. Like that.
So what happens is when you're here, okay,
Right.
it just goes to the shoulder. That's all.
Oh, okay. So it just kind of goes, does it
It
go
just goes
diagonally to your shoulder? Not an arc, but straight back to your shoulder.
pretty much straight back to your shoulder, but it makes an arc because you're so far over. You see, when you're here, you're pretty far over.
Okay.
So in order to make it back to your shoulder, it kind of arcs,
Okay.
you know. But think more in terms of bending your elbow. Just bend your elbow,
Okay.
okay? So this is a short distance, but so you're here, when your weight goes back, you're going to have one up, one down, right? So you're going to do this smoothly, but when this hits the top, you step and then strike. So basically, at the time that you're chopping, okay, at the time that you're chopping, what happens is that you're actually more toward the corner in terms of where your shoulders are facing. But then when you strike, you square up. Does that make sense? Because you have a little waist turn, so that causes you to square up more. The temptation is to overturn, so don't do that. But you know, you want to have this feeling. So this is a cool move, but it has a little places where it gets complicated. Okay? Are there any questions on this? No?
Okay, can we just do it a few times
Yes.
to cement
Okay.
in everything you just told us?
Okay, so let's say that you're starting at fan through the back. Okay? You're here. What you're going to do is you're going to shift weight to the right and turn the left foot to the corner as you're circling your arms. So now your weight is on the right and you finish your circle. Now you shift your weight back to the left and make your fist and pull in the right foot. Then you start, step, 30%. Then strike. And the foot flattens and the knee bends. So now you're 60% in the front and 40% on the back. So the first half, you root your foot and you get 30% on the front. Then when you strike, you bend your knee and you put 60% on the front. And you turn your waist, right? In order to get the energy out the left hand.
Mhm.
Okay? Let's try again. So fan through the back, turn. Shift weight back, make fist. Pull in right foot. Chop, strike. I'll do it from the other side. So let's say I'm starting fan through the back here. Then I'm turning. Shifting weight back, making fist, pulling in the right foot. Root, chop, strike. Okay. Any questions? So the feeling of this move is quite circular because when you're coming from here, this feels like a circle as you're coming around, right? Then you're shifting your weight back, you're pulling, and then strike.
How much weight on your right? You're going like this, we're going like this. Is this like 70% here?
So here, when you're coming here, most of the weight is on the right.
Okay,
And then you're going to shift all your weight to the back, right?
right?
Because you're going to lift the right here.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, how about we do it one more time? And then if there aren't any questions, we will move on. Okay, so fan through the back. Actually, let's do it from needle at C bottom. So needle at C bottom, you're here. Fan through the back, you're coming up. And when you come up, you are turning your hand. Okay, so here, you're turning. You're attaching here, and then you're pushing up. So you're pushing up, and when you reach the top, you step. Separate and strike. So the timing is you're down here, you're coming up, you attach, you're finishing your rotation, you reach the top, step, strike. Then turn body chop with fist, turn. Shift your weight back, make your fist, root, strike, or chop, and then strike.
Okay.
Questions? Okay, we're gonna have a whole bunch of repeat moves. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so after we're finished strike, what we're gonna do is parry, block, and punch. Okay, now you did parry, block, and punch at the end of the first section, if you remember. I'll show you what you did. You were at left brush knee, and you did parry, block, and punch, right? So there's a little bit of difference in this one. And the reason is when you last did it, you did it from left brush knee. So at the end of left brush knee, your right palm is open,
Hmm.
right? And when you came here, you had to make a fist, right? In this case, you're coming at the end of turn body chop with fist. So when you come around, you're here, and your fist is already made. You see what I'm saying? So your transition is going to be slightly different as a result. Okay, so here you do your chop and strike. Okay, so your transition is going to be like Embrace Tiger, Return to Mountain. You remember Embrace Tiger, Return to Mountain? You were here, here, and when you did the rollback, you came up like this, right? So you can have a similar feeling in your arms when you do this. So what's going to happen is that here, what you're going to do is you're going to come up, parry, block, and punch. So there are a lot of parry, blocks, and punches in the form, but usually it comes from a different transition. Okay, so this is a transition where from a fist, you maintain the fist and do your parry, block, and punch. Any questions on that? Make sense? So if you are here, you did your turn, you shift your weight back, make your fist, pull in your foot, chop, strike. Now, when you're doing parry, block, and punch, I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see. You're going to come up. So this is like a rollback shape, except you still have your fist.
Mhm.
And then step, parry, block, punch. Okay? Questions on that?
Can we do it again?
Yes,
Okay?
please.
So if I'm doing it from here, I'm turning. I'm making my fist, shifting my weight, pulling in the right foot. Then I'm going to chop, strike. Then I'm going to circle as I shift my weight back. So this looks like rollback shape, right? Then parry, lock, punch. So it's just the beginning part that's a little bit different. Okay?
Can you
So all,
go
yeah,
slower of
okay. Go,
your
where do you
fist?
want me to start from?
The end of
Here.
here, and then what does your fist do?
It
Does it
turns.
it turns?
And it's facing out.
Okay, so it turns and goes straight, no circling per se.
Well, it's actually circling. It's
It circles
actually
here,
circling like
does it
this.
circle in this plane? Okay,
Yeah.
It's circling like this.
okay,
So you're here and you're circling like this. And
okay,
here's
good.
your rollback shape. Okay, except you have a fist. And then you're going to come down. And it's just like the other one. Only the transitions that's different. So you're coming from here, your fist palm is up. Then what you're going to do is as your weight shifts back, your fist palm is going to face the front as you pull down. So if I'm doing it from here, what it looks like is fist palm up, fist palm out. Okay, this is rollback shape.
Mm-hmm.
Come down. Fist faces back. Step and I swing. Then as I shift my weight forward, actually, I should have my footwork this way. Okay. Then parry, block, punch. Yes. I'll do it one more time facing this way. Okay. So I am here. Then I'm going to shift my weight back. Circle. When my hands come to the center, my left toe turns to the corner. Okay. Then I'm going to pull down. Swing, step, one line, two sides. Parry, block, punch. So remember that your transition step is always one line, two sides. So after that, we're going to go to grasp the bird's tail. But there's another transition.
Mhm.
And and this is Chengfu, which is step up. And so what I'll do it in the direction you would be doing it first, and then I'll do it facing you. Okay. So what happens is that you're just finishing parry, block, and punch. Okay. So let's see this way. Sorry, parry, block, and punch. Chengfu looks like this. Okay, it's turn the left foot to the corner and open your hands. Then you're going to do grasp the bird's tail, starting with right ward off. So you're going to pull, ward off down, come in, right ward off, roll back, press, and push. And you're going to go to single whip too. But I just want to show you the transition. And I'll do it toward you. So when you're here at the end of parry, block, and punch, what it looks like is turn the left toe out and make this shape. So what this is like a very short left ward off. If you think of left ward off, this transition feels like a shortened left ward off because this hand shape is just like left ward off. And this is just a little down. So if you were doing left ward off, okay, so it would look like this or this. Okay, so you have this relatively straight, palm turns slightly up, and this hand like this if you were doing left ward off.
Mm.
So here instead, you still have a fist. Okay, so this is after you've done parry, block, and punch. Okay, you still have this fist on the right. You're going to open. So this is like a minimalist left ward off. And then you're going to pull left, ward off down right, pull in the right foot, step and close. Right ward off. And then you know the rest of grasp the bird's tail. So just a little bit of transition. Okay. And then after grasp the bird's tail, what comes next? Single whip. Right? So let's say that you are at the end of turn body chop with fist. So you were here. Then you're going to do parry, block, and punch. Come up, pull down, parry, block, punch, and then you're going to do Chengfu or step up. And then you're going to go into grasp the bird's tail, starting with right ward off. So then you already know this part. You're going to come in. You're going to push. And then you're going to do single whip. Now, the next move is the new move, which is cloud hands. Okay, cloud hands is the most like silk reeling from Chen style of the moves
Yes.
that we have. And I'm going to do it in the direction that you would be doing it first. Then I'm going to turn around so that you can see the hands better. Okay. So if you are at single whip, this is what it looks like. Two. 3, and then it goes into single width.
Ah,
Okay?
yeah.
So I want to do it in two parts. One is footwork. So if at the end, I'll do it in this direction so that you can see what it looks like. So let's see, I'll do it this way. Here. Two. Three. Single width.
It's beautiful.
So in terms of the footwork, the long form uses the parallel footwork. There are other forms that use a different footwork. So the parallel footwork comes like this. At the end of single width, you were in a bow stance, right? When you move your body toward the right, you pull your left foot so that it faces straight. Then you're going to move the right foot straight. And this is the only time when we use this kind of parallel footwork. Essentially, you have your feet parallel, and then this is like shoulder width, and then it's double width, single width, double width, single width,
Mhm.
double width, and then the last one, we do what Nancy calls the crooked step, which is you step a little this way and your foot points toward the corner. And the reason you do that is you're going to shift the weight to the right and make
turn.
a bow stance
Oh,
there in
okay.
order to get your single width, right?
Right, right.
So you start with a single width, you do 3, and then you end with a single width. Now, the way they like you to do the stepping is, so if you're here, you square up, and when you're moving your feet, what they would like you to do is put your toe down first, toe ball heel, toe ball heel, toe ball heel, toe ball heel. But you will find that for a lot of people who are doing this for the first time, they don't really have that good proprioception. So they tend to have crooked footwork when they step. So Master Yang suggests that if you've never done this before, you should try putting the side of your foot down
Mm.
and then flattening it and then pulling it in. And put the side of your foot down. And that way you'll get a feeling of what straight feels like. So this is like a body memory training. So if you are doing this and you look down and you find your feet are crooked, try this. Okay. So that's on the footwork. Any questions? Okay. Hands. So the hands, you are essentially making 2 circles. Okay. So when I came here, I came across. And then, so both hands are to one side, right? And here's what it looks like. I'll do it slow motion for you. So think of it this way. If I look at each hand is making a circle, right? In push hands, we talk about ward off and push. What does that mean? It means that in push hands, when you're either in ward off or you're in push. Okay, so when you're on this side of your body, you're in ward off. When you're past your center line, you're in push. So palm out or palm in. Okay. So here, if the center of your circle is your elbow, okay, what you want to think about is when you get to your face, you're going to start thinking about turning. So that when you're at top dead center, your edge is toward the front. And you start pulling. And when you get to the end, you're going to turn so that you're in ward off. And you're going to come around. At 11 o'clock, start turning. You're at pull by the time you hit 1. So 3/4 of the circle, you're in ward off. And then you're in pull for 1/4. So you're going to do this with both hands. So this hand. So when you're here, when this hand is finished pulling, this hand is here. Okay. So each one is going out. And each hand is going out. So when you're here, as this one is doing ward off, this is pulling.
Yeah.
Another one of these timing and coordination type things, right? So you don't want to go too high. The rule of thumb is you should not have your hands above your eyes because you
Oh,
always
God.
want to be able to see. Okay, so think of that. So you're making this circle. So if you think about when one is up, the other one goes down, right? And you line up at the sides, okay? When you're at the sides, this hand is out and this hand is in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I need to practice just the hands.
Rita, where
Well,
are you looking?
Okay,
You're-
I'm looking at the pulling hand. Okay, so when I was here, I'm looking at this hand as it moves over. Then as I come over, becomes a pulling hand. So I'm looking here. So when these hands come together, I step. That's how the footwork. So
Oh,
when
boy.
they come together here, I step. So you step at the sides.
Okay.
Step,
Step.
step, step. Now, when you're doing the crooked step, okay, you're coming across, and normally you would step here. But in this case, you step here because this becomes the rooted foot for your single whip. But your hands continue. You're still doing this until you get to the end and you make your hook hand. Then single whip. Okay? So don't cheat at the end and rush to make your hook hand. Finish doing the whole thing until your hand gets up there and then make your hook hand. Okay? So, do you want to try it?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm going to turn around so that even though you can't see my hands, you can get the step and hand coordination. Okay? And as long when you're here, when you're at single whip, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight to the right. That releases the left, right? So the left can step straight and the right and the left hand can move over to this side. Okay? Then you're going to release your hook and step as you pull. Okay, so you're here. Step, 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 step. Now this is the third one, so we're going to keep going and step to the corner. Keep going. Make the hook hand. Single whip.
Oh, okay. I think it's a little easier when you have that flow from the momentum of
Yes,
cloud hands. Yes.
yes. Because you don't have to do the 135-degree turn or any of that because you've already planted that right foot. All you have to do is step up for your single whip. Okay?
Yeah,
Are
it's
there
one of
any
my favorites.
questions? Who said what's your favorite?
That's one of my favorites. I
What?
think it's
Cloud hands
the
or
cloud
single whip?
hands into single whip seems to
Yeah.
me to be like an epitome of what Tai Chi should be.
Yes, in that it definitely has coordinating upper and
Yes.
lower, right?
Uh-huh.
And it has flow, right?
Yep.
You're continuously moving. Yeah.
Like it.
So are there any questions? Yes.
I was asking my question, but I forgot I was on mute.
Oh, okay.
Um, do- from the past, other instructors, the hips, it's like the hips played a role in this. Do they play, the turning of the hips play a role at all in cloud hands for us at this here?
No, you're
No?
turning your waist.
Yeah, well, the way, yeah,
Okay, so when you're here, think about it this way. Your hips follow your feet. Your feet are facing straight forward. Your hips stay facing straight forward. Right? Your waist turns.
okay. Yeah, misspoke, I meant waist. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Your waist turns a lot
Okay.
because you're pulling. So you can't generate any energy for your pull unless you turn your waist. Right? Okay. You want to do the second section just one last time and then we'll close class?
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
I have problems with transitions for parry, block, and punch.
Yes.
Can you face us? And the part that I have problems with is section 1, we go from
From left
roll
brush knee.
back. Does our
No,
hand go forward and down, or does it just close and go down?
from
Because
the
in the
first
second one,
section,
the fist is forward, so you see your knuckles. But in the first one, does it turn and go
actually,
forward and then down, or does it just
no,
go down?
you're thinking of a different position. Okay. So parry, block, and punch in the first section. You are going from left brush knee, which looks like this.
Right.
Okay. So what you're doing is you are raising the left hand and turning the left foot. Okay. If you were doing right brush knee, your hands come to the center. So here, you're here, you raise your left hand, you raise the front foot hand, and then you turn your foot and hands come to the center.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, after this, you can do either right brush knee or you can do parry, block, and punch. If you are doing parry, block, and punch, you're going to come down and make your fist as you come down.
Okay.
Swing, step, one line, two sides. All the weight goes to the front. Okay? In the other case, when you're doing turn body chop with fist, okay, you are coming around. And then you're ending at, when you're doing your strike, you're ending here. Right? Your fist is down by your hip crease. And you just finished striking with your left hand, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight back and your hands are going to come to the center. You're not going to have to turn your left foot because it's already turned, right? So
Mhm.
then you're going to pull down, swing step, parry, block, punch. Does that help?
Yes.
I'll do it one more time. I'll do it for you one more time. First section, left brush knee. Okay. Shift back as your front foot hand comes up. Then front foot turns to the corner, hands come to the center. Then, if you're doing parry, block, and punch, you're going to shift weight front, pull down, swing, step, one line, two sides, parry, block, punch. And in this other case, when you have essentially, you're here, right?
Mhm.
And you're going to come up, hands come to the center as you turn your foot, right? Swing step, parry, lock, punch. So it's
I
just
think-
that,
I think on section 1, I was trying to make my hand go forward up here instead of down here, so it just felt awkward. That I was going to
so,
go like that versus come down and make my fist.
well, the first section, your hand was forward,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then
It went,
when your left hand came up, your left foot turned and both hands came to the center.
Right.
This is Wardar shit.
Yep.
Then you're going to shift your weight to the front, pull down, swing, step, one line, two sides, parry, lock, punch. And in this case, you did chop. So when you were here, you're here. Okay. So then, no, you're not. You're here. Sorry about that. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to turn your left foot and hands come to the center. How do your hands get to the center? They circle. Right?
mm-hmm.
Circle. Okay. So when you're here, circle and turn the left foot. Swing step. Yes? Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So we'll close class. 同学们再见. And you say 老师再见.
老师再见.
Yep. Thank you for coming to class.
Thanks, Rita.
And I'll see you next week.